Right, guys, I said I'd make a quick video of this. Basically, for any newbie, anybody still who wants to watch over the weekend, the way we're gonna go from here now, because basically we want everybody to be looking to go with the flow and then reversing in the same way. Okay. Now, MT made a point yesterday. He said he loves how I haven't mentioned second moves. Okay. I said that was deliberate. I told him I deliberately ignored that, as much as I will from time to time trade them, and I know some of the other MTs in the room will, BT will. Savvy already mentioned yesterday he did. Right, I don't want you to do that. If you're not consistent, just stick to what I'm about to show you now, guys, and you will become consistent. You will win your day. Okay. Those of you having problems with entry, okay, if you're having a problem with the entry, guys, then use a bigger stop loss for now, because if you're going with a flow, they generally win anyway. And as I said to Hans yesterday, if he had a 1-to-1 ratio, a 300 TP and a 300 SL, when gold went down, he would have won all 7 trades. Okay, all 7 eventually would have won with a 300 pip stop loss, even with his, he has an issue with the entries. So yeah, and the other thing is, stick to that, because you're not going to be in and out all the time, mate. And it's important that, because you showed me one set of results last week, and I was like, there's just far too many, times you were getting out. And I bet a lot of those where you get out would have eventually won with a 300 pip take profit. Okay, so before we crack on and have a look at that, I just want to show you this live set from this morning, and this is on the Dow. It's absolutely tanked. Okay, now the white line on the 5-minute there is the coloured line, but you know what, I might just delete that for now, so you can see the 5-minute orange line clearer. Okay, and as you can see, look, every time, ever since this period here, I'll just get my little tool up. Did I do sky blue then? Don't want sky blue, do we? Or do we? Yeah, we use sky blue, sorry. Right, ever since here, guys, there, right, the line on MT's charts would have turned red. There. Right, definitely. Okay, the line would have been red, and look what's happened. Go with the flow, 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 go with the flow. These are set on temper Varenkos at the moment, but I'll explain something shortly for you guys. When it comes to the slower periods, you need to look at your HA charts on the 1-minute time frame. Okay, because like this here, Hans, that one there, right, would have been in the road on the 1-minute time frame. Okay, but because it's pips, it didn't go back enough, 10 to 20 pips there, but on the 1-minute time frame, it very well may have got back into the road and then got dropped. Okay, so that's what you do when it's a bit slower. All right. Okay, and you can see on the Renkos here, how many 50 pippers. Okay, I think that there is the drawback on the below. 1, 2, 3. This one here again, Hans, this is what I'm pointing out to you. See, you'd have been in there. 30 pip stop loss, because it's a dude that went nowhere near you, and then eventually one for 50 pips. Okay, moneymaker, you pay attention as well, TK. All right. So yeah, you can see, look, when it's running, take advantage. Okay. So we're just going to have a quick look through the last 4 recordings that BT put up, right, guys? And I'll explain what we do, and it's dead simple, guys. Everybody seems to have had a problem with the blues. But what you do now is you ignore them. You just trade against them with the flow. Right? Look at these blues here. Right? Trade against them with the flow using the green line here. Or the red line. If it's red, if we're going down, it'll be red. Okay, and you can see it's massive. So everyone's thinking, oh, it's going to reverse, it's got daily blue. Right? I'm just going to flip through quickly on this, guys. Right? And explain. Look. Trade there. Look. In the road, tick. In the road, tick. Okay. Trades against the blues. It's going with the flow. Ooh, look at that one. You'll hear a lot of that from me today. Again, here, look. BB band in the road. And what you do, guys, what you do in all this, you're using these three charts here, basically, for your entries. That's it. You know, and you do not consider the blues anywhere on these. I've tried my hardest to get you all to understand, you know, what's going on here, right? But you don't need to now, right? You see flow, green line, ignore the blues until the line changes. That's it, because basically you'd be trading between, so you'd be trading between rule twos. Okay, so if I just get my little doodah again, you'd have been trading up from there. Understand? Until you get rule 2 to the downside. So all this there, basically. How many 300 pippers there? And that's the other thing, I would go for 300 pippers at the moment, guys, because you need to get some wins under your belt. If you saw Giant yesterday, 6-0. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's what he did. 6-0, 1800 pips. Okay? Today, what I will say today, it's the deadline for the trade negotiations for Trump, so we might see some more big movement again today at some point. Okay? Alright, but anyway, we'll just, again, click on. There you go, another one. Keep going. Oh, there's another attempt here. You're not going to win them all, by the way, guys. You know, you just have to keep going and see where you are at the end of the day. Yeah, would have won that one as well. From there, I think. Okay. Another one here now. Okay, the line's turning red. It doesn't matter. Right, here's one of them hands, though, that I tried to explain about, right? Guys, listen up. This is what I do. You've had this big bust down here, right? And the line's flashing red, right? But anytime I see this line doing this, green, red, right? My trade still with the flow, which is up, okay? Right? And it's a flipped up 5-minute BB band, right? My trade then becomes a break even. So what I do is I take it, but I don't leave it. If it runs against me, I just get out, okay? Okay? I did it a couple of times yesterday. In fact, I pointed them out just before I disappeared, okay, on the flip down 5-minute BB band. Both of those two trades I pointed out, I did this. It was break evens, but it didn't matter. They both won. All right. Anyway, let's little flick on. There you go, winner again. Okay, and then it carries on, keeps going. This is, you know, why you need to just go with the flow and a safe stop loss strategy. Obviously, Hans, we need you to focus more on just letting them run. But that one, Hans, that's the one where I would have said, right, okay, then, you know, use the break-even strategy. But other than that, let them run for now, Hans. I want to see you score at the end of the day. If you just keep going, like I say yesterday, mate, you'd have been about 7-0, 6 or 7-0 yesterday, going down with gold, right? There you see. So let's say you attempted that one up there, Hans, you would have lost it. All right, but then back in, bang, winner. You know, hands up, and And again, look, it's 5 minute horizontal, boom. So this is kind of what I'm saying, guys. Again, here now, go with the flow. Let's have a look. Yeah, winner. Look, bang. All right, and it's just go with the flow. Keep going with the flow until you lose, and then you re-evaluate. And then again, it still comes down to the fact that I know the blues are there. Might be a great LT setup there, but line. So in effect, you're not trading down until this line changes. Okay. And like I say, for the first trade, when it turns anyway, I would suggest using the safety net of a break even. Okay, so again, here, Hans, if you'd have taken it here, right, that's not gone 300 pips against you, but you would have got out doing it the break even way. You know, and this is why I say I think for you it might be better if you just leave it and let it pan out. Still in. Yep, still in, I suppose. Yeah, I don't think that's gone. 300 against you. Whoa. I'm not sure if it had won there, I don't know, but we'll keep an eye on it. Again, you're not going to win every one, Hans, so. And if it hadn't won down here, Hans, hadn't gone out down here, Hans, then, you know, it would eventually have gone up here and won. But even if it lost, Hans, you'd have been taking it again. I know the line's turning a bit red there, but it's again flipped up 5 minute BB band make. So it's one of them again, you take it, and this time it's a break even, in case it does break, alright? That's the way I would do it, mate. Yeah, and you know, you would have won, Hans, look at it. Okay, right guys, so the other thing is, right, when after session comes and it slows down, you will notice the tick chart is less active. Right, and that's because it's less people trading. Right, and each one of these is 100 trades, so 100 people taking a trade. Right, so when that happens, you'll focus more here, because this is 1 minute time frame. It's on time, not on traders. Alright, all you do is you just look there and the 5 minute is on. That's all. Yeah, so let's go again. Would have won that one there. This one here would have won this one here. You know, and you just go in with a flow, and in the back of your mind, you knew the blues were there. Okay, they've disappeared for now, but there's a setup. All right, but you still just keep going with the flow because that line's saying green. All right, so we're just going to flip to the end because there's just one other thing I want to mention again. Another one, bang. Right. This is kind of where, you know, I said to Igor, right, about the LT on the weekly here. All right, so this is Tuesday, last weekend. All right, just flip to the end there. So look, at the 15-minute time frame, it never reversed. Even though that was flickering a bit red, it might have been the odd trade down, but rule 2 just never panned out, and that's why you need to learn to just keep going with the flow. Okay, so I'll have a quick look at the next one. I'm just going to race through these now, guys. Yeah, again, you go look, bang, bang. See that, me, and that. Right, I'm looking at daily orange line. Maybe they flipped up 8-hour BB band as a target. All right, but it does do it in stages. Look, down, bounce, down. Okay, you see me showing classic all the time and pointing out classic and all that. But again, look, you know, line turn red, probably somewhere here, here, or here. Right, and then you have that one, bang, back. All right, flicking through. More flow trades. Yeah, I'd still be going with this here now. Let's have a look. Oh, right, so you would have lost that one. Okay, fine, you're not going to win all, but here we are again, Hans. So flipped down BB band. Yes, the line's turning green, but this is a flip down BB band. So what I would do here, the break even trade, mate. The break even stop loss. because you're not 100% sure. All right, so you don't want to give it anything. So let's have a look. Yep, there we go. Going. Gone. You would have won that. You understand it, Hans? You know, back. There, look, back. You understand what I did there, guys? Because the line was green, right, and it had gone above here, right, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is foot down 5 minute. Maybe I'm taking it, but I'm protecting myself. I'm not giving it anything. That is a break-even stop loss. That's the only time well, usually the only time I will use that. Okay, other than that, I just let them run. Okay. Anyway, we'll get to. Woo, oh my God, there was it. Look, that was that 5 minute flip down baby band. And look, since then, the line went back to red. And look, oh my God. There you go. Look at that. I told you. What the? I don't know what that was. So on BT. But look, you know. Okay, so again, you saw it there, guys. It's a really simple thing to do. Quick look at number 3. Again, look at that weekly. Now we go. This is why I love the LTs, guys. And I'll look at it. Oh man, and you look at the 5 minute time frame here. Since here, line's been red. Boom. Yes, it might have had the odd flash of green when it went up above there, but again, you know, what I tend to do is stick with the flow. I mean, based on the fact that the 5 minute line is red anyway, stick with the flow, but just break even it. But bang, 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 bang. Okay, this one might have been a bit different. Might have come big green there. I might have left that one, but then back below again here, bang, red, red. Okay, and you can see again, guys. Look where the trades are coming from. The road and the BB band, Stephanie. All right. And Steph, if you do this, darling, if you do this, you'll just be flowing constantly. You'll be so much happier. Okay, and you'll just you'll love it, honestly. We reversed. Line went green. In fact, we're going to go back and have a look. Yeah. All right, so went above somewhere here. At least 1, 2, maybe 3 trades here to the upside. Let's have a look. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, and more. Okay. So at some point it did reverse, and you got some trades to the upside. Okay. I'll get right to the end again of this one. It started to go back down again. Okay. Right, last one, guys. Just showing you, you know how to do it now. But I just want to show you that if you just step with the flow, you'll win your day. Look at this for a flow. You know, you keep going and going. How many trades would you win doing this? And again, you go, look at that, mate. Unbelievable. Down to the daily BB band. Classic movement. Look, went down. It would have bounced on the orange line there. The line's bent down now, but it would have bounced on the orange line up a bit, through, then went back to the orange line, and then down to the BB band. It's classic movement. So look, line, when it's doing this, any trade you take, guys, right, use the break even stop loss when you see this, or don't trade. Wait till it becomes solid, like I mentioned yesterday. Like if you look at the GU there, it's just red and green. This one's red, green, red, green. You understand? But you know, if you faced it and saw the green there, then this could have been your trade there. Or it might be somewhere here now. Okay, let's have a look at this anyway. Oh, it's not gone up yet. Maybe now, yeah. The line's solid green now, can you see? So maybe that was the first trade to the upside, guys. You know, yeah. Bit of a messy day with the 5 minute yellows, to be honest with you. But again, if you just played with the line and said, okay, then I'm just sticking with the line, but it was a 1 hour orange line as well, then you'd have been on the right side for the most part. Oof, yeah, look, bang, bang, how many trades in the road and off the BB bands? That's, yeah, look, more here. Anyway, and then it turned again. It was a bit of a different day, this, but again, if you'd have stuck with the flow and traded it this way with this coloured line, you'd have had a good day. And again, you know, you look at the Dow, went up above here, look, 1, 2, 3, 4 at least, maybe another one there, 5, 6, 5 or 6 trades there that would have won for 40 pips, based on what I'm just telling you here now. Okay, guys, so that kind of is, you know, as simple as it gets with this system. And you know, I think now, I mean, this is gold this morning. It would have been a bit trickier, but there was still some nice trades from here. You see this one here, the line would have been red from there, you know, and all these trades would have been down, so you would have won, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe not 300 pippers because the volume's a bit low, 5, 6 trades there since that. You understand, guys? So yeah, I think you guys, if you follow this now, it's just going to keep you going with the flow, guys. And you know, for years that's been my strategy, is to trade any decent size run. Okay, you know, that I can see. And again, it generally all comes from the fact that you're breaking big LT BB bands, and you know, this here probably be a great run from breaking a daily BB band back up. You know, in fact, we'll just flick on and see what it did for the day, but it did go into, oh yeah, look, that's the 5-minute time frame. How many trades, guys? How many trades? You know, just pull back a bit. You know, since around about here when the line turned green. You know, and that's all because you broke this. And that's another thing. When you're looking for something, look for a. Don't look for look for the biggest, the best looking pair to trade. So if you have to trade the Dow because it's broke, say the flipped up 8-hour BB band daily on its line, fine, right? Just go for 40 pippers with a 30 pip stop loss. Okay, if it's gold, try 300 and 300 until you get, you know, a lot of wins under your belt. Trust me, once you crack it, guys, you'll just be like, oh my god, look at the money coming in. It's just so profitable going with the flow. All right, guys. So yeah, I hope that short video, and it's a short one for me, is it not? Plus, don't forget, I am going to be pushing this every day now, okay? And I'll even tell you the trades that are kind of riskier, you know, and the ones where I'll be saying, oh, okay, I'm using the break-even stop loss just to make sure I don't lose anything, because there are just a couple of places, you know, sometimes it ranges on the 5-minute time frame and the line keeps changing colour. That is basically when I'll say, right, all right, I'll use the break-even stop loss. Either way, whether I go with the flow, which let's say was going down, or with the reversal, which was trying to reverse to the upside, right? Either way, I will use that the break-even stop loss because it's a bit riskier. Flipped 5-minute BB bands, you know, I've just shown you an example of it there. You go through, you say to yourself, okay, because it's turned, right? You still use that then. But other than that, when it's flowing, just stick to your trade. Okay, all right, guys.